So we're going to look at more of these, and we're going to start out by just doing kind of a general review. If I can make my, there we go. So the first one here, first thing we need to decide, is this in inches or millimeters? How do we know it's in millimeters? There's two ways.
Because it doesn't have two sets of numbers.
Well, one, this is numbered in fives here. If it were inches, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Second, this goes up to 45. Technically, it goes up to 50. Well, 49, really, right? And if it was inches, it'd only go up to 24. The last number we'd see there would be 20, then it'd be back to 0. So this has to be millimeters. So this is 5. What's it? 7.5. And then where do we read this? Well, this is 41, 42. It is closer to the 42. So this is 7.92. Now, I said closer to. That matters here because there's no Vernier scale. We're going to see some later. There's a Vernier scale up here that'll tell us we're past 41, but that scale will tell us how far past 41 we are. But for right now, when there's no Vernier scale, we take whichever one it's closer to, and this one is closer to the 42 than the 41. Over here, this is 4.5. I always write it as 4.50 because it's a little neater to add to. 45, 46, and 40, between 46 and 47, and it is closer to the 46, so 4.96 millimeters. Any questions there? Okay, how about this? These two, 11 and 12.
That would be 11 would be 1.25
First of all, inches or millimeters?
inches.
Inches, because it's labeled in ones, and then this only goes up to 20 or 24 here. So these are inches.
1.25 plus 0.0.
Try again.
What?
0.125, not 1.25. Remember, this is a micrometer, and a micrometer goes from 0 to 1 inch unless it's otherwise stated. Yeah, so this is, yeah, so this is 0.1, and then this is 25. Then it's 0.5, 6, 7. It's between 7 and 8. It's much closer to the 8. 0.008. That is thousandths, yes. So that would be 0.133 inches. How's about this one? 0.250
plus
between 8 and 9. Which one's it closer to? 8. So 0.258 inches. How about these?
$17.00
yeah.
plus
1, 2, 3. 33. It's between 33 and 34, and you're saying closer to 33. So that's just 17.33 millimeters. How's about this one?
14.5.
So 14.50. So it's between 38 and 39. You're saying closer to 38. So 14.88 millimeters. How about these two? 0.3, and that's 25, 50, 75. It's between 11 and 12. I'd say closer to 11. So 0.386. This one. 0.475. 0.012. So 0.487. Here's where the fun starts.
Try not to be too surprised that Canvas has a decent map that
So these are Vernier micrometers. They got this extra little scale here
I like the lot.
that the other ones don't. The pink line in there is to make it so you can see which ones line up because you can't tilt these. But you're going to read the rest of it just like you normally would. So these two, 21 and 22, are millimeter or inch. Millimeter because they're numbered in fives. So this is 1, 2, 3, 3.5. And then this is, we're still lining up with here, so 10, 11, 12. It's between 13 and 14. Doesn't matter which one it's closer to. Since there's a Vernier scale, we go to the smaller one, period. The reason why? It's past the 13. The Vernier scale is going to tell us how far past. Okay? So it's 3.6303. So you just put a 3 on the end, right? It's the 3 that lines up, not the 4. So what that's saying is this is actually 13.3. It's 3/10 past the 13. So this is 6.00. This is that on the 21? That's on 0, so that means it's right on the line here. So that's 21, so it's 6.21. 210 actually we can say because it's 0 that lines up, so we put the 0 on the end. You could, but it really should be 6.210 so the person reading it knows, oh, they did go to the thousandth of a millimeter, and it's right on. Because 6.21 is saying anywhere from 6.205 to 215, right? So this is 10, 11.5, 15, 16, 17. Right, we're lining up with this one. And then point what? 0.1. So 11.671 millimeters. Now that's saying that's 17.1. Or 0.171 really technically. But so this one, 13.00. 6, 7, this is actually 8. It's between the 8 and 9. 0.08, even though it's closer to the 9, we do 0.08. And this is 5 that lines up. So it's actually 8 point, it's saying that's an 8.5. So it's actually dead between the 8 and the 9. So this is 13.085 millimeters. How about this one? Try again. 0.15. These are inches now. These are labeled by ones. So I have to go back to being inches. You got to remember that decimal point. When there's inches, there is nothing in front of the decimal point.
plus 0.014.
So this is 10, right? So 0.010. And then 4, so 10.4. So 0.1604. This is between 10 and 11, right? Well, the 10 is the next one down, and it's 4/10 past. So that's 10.4, so 0.0104. Over here, 0.250. So 103. So 0.2603 inches. You look confused, Nate. Your mind should be wrapped, yes. 27. Well, have we made it back to the 0 yet? No, so we're only at the 25. But this is 24 here, right? So 0.024 and 7. So 0.3497 inches. How about this one? We've just passed the 0, so it is 0.75. That's between 0 and 1, so it's 0, 0, 0, and 4. So 0.4754. Calipers. Is this one metric or standard? This is metric. This is in millimeters. So this is 40. 1, 2, 3, 4. 44 point. 5 millimeters. How about this one? 35.81 millimeters. Good deal. How about this one?
1.2.
That's in inches, yes. We got 2 scales. How about this one? 0.0777 inches. This one? 2.353 inches. This one? 1.569 inches. This one?
43.
Why did I say 42 and not 43?
Because it's not quite at 0.
Yep. So it's 42.87 units. Millimeter. This one?
70.42.
Perfect. I'm not worried about the units. How about number 33?
13.
I was wondering where you were going with that. 13.66 units. And this one? 38.52 millimeters. This one?
2.20. No, 2.99.
This is not to the ones, so it's 2.099 inches. This one? 1.763 inches. And just for fun,
Oh, Mark's got this one, right?
remember we read the main scale at the 0 of the Vernier scale. So this is 32 point.
4. No, 6.
Now remember, this is 10.
6 lines up.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Looks like it's 60 or 65. It's like the 55, 60, and 65 both line up, so we're going to go with the 60. That's 32.60 millimeters. How about this one?
25.
I'd say this one lines up. Well, these two line up as well. So the 15 or the 20? 25.15 millimeter?
Yeah.
That works.
That was good. Good enough for government work.
So how about this one here? Here's my 0. 0.475. That's 25, 50, 75 we're past, right?
Was 11, 12, 13.
I'd say these 3 all line up. The 12, 13, and 14. So I'm going to go with 12, right? So that's 0.487 inches. Here's what I always do. I look here, and I see that that's almost right in the middle. So that means I start out in the middle of this looking for where it lines up. So here, this is 1.7, right? 1.750. And it's really close to this one, so I'm going to look on this end. It looks like those four line up. So I'd say there's 6 or 7. Since you said 5, I'll go with 6, so it's closer to yours. So 1.756 inches. Not terrible, right?
No.
Maybe not something you want to do for fun, but not horrible. Well, the good news is I'm about to give you a worksheet to do on these.
Luckily, we've been going over this